So I had the opportunity to do an off-the-cuff show with these guys. If you don't know the show, you're not a fan of the show, you should become a fan of the show. Off the Cuff with JoLynn Harrison.
Off the cuff, that JoLynn Harrison, she's
Say what? Say what? Got it.
off the cuff.
Welcome to Off the Cuff. I'm so stoked about this show. Beyond the Fade is here. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of talking. And Neil Jackson, I want to introduce Neil Jackson. And I want everybody else to introduce yourself as part of this band.
Cool.
So, Neil Jackson.
Vocalist.
I'm Brandon, I play guitar.
I'm Jason, I play guitar.
I'm Michael, I play drums.
Ethan, bass.
And so talk about a little bit about your musicians that you have.
Yes, Brandon, who was the beginner of this band. He's been in here since
06.
2006. He's been the leader of this squad. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that, Brandon?
Well, I started the band in 2006, and we've been through a lot of different lineup changes. We've seen people come and go. We started really pushing. We went across the United States and played. We played the Whiskey A Go Go in California, Las Vegas, Texas. We got to open up for Motley Crue and in Wisconsin. So, with the stuff we were kind of booking, some of the guys in the band, they didn't really like being gone a lot and stuff like that. So, was looking for a new guitar player and actually run across Neil. We had been in the same scene for a long time, but just never really actually met until one day we jammed. And I was like, "You want to play guitar in the band?" He's like, "Yeah." But then our vocalist at the time, he wasn't really working out for us. So I talked to Neil. I was like, "Do you just want to come in and sing?"
I said no multiple times.
So you're just a guitar player, really?
Well, I came from another band of about 7 years called Still Standing, which we had played with several different times, and I was tired of being a front man guitarist, and I was like, this opportunity came up with Beyond the Fade, and I was like, perfect, I get to step back, be a rhythm guitarist, do some backing vocals, I'll be good to go. So I was kind of done with it. I was really kind of burnt out with what had been going on in the band before me. So when he approached me, that's multiple times. So finally he comes like, "Hey,
It's time."
we really need to do this. We really need to." I was like, "Okay."
I had to buy him a little puppy or something like that just to get him to come to the band. But he came in, and it was just four of us at the time. He was playing guitar and doing vocals, and the way things was working out, it was great. And we put out a new single at that time. But he wanted to step away from the guitar, and we were kind of trying to
push me away from the guitar. Don't let him tell you that.
Yeah, so we kind of pushed him away
we
from
really
the guitar.
want you to be a front man.
All right, so Jason, what got you in this band?
Oh, Lord. I knew Brandon I was in an old band called Return to Life that I started, and I didn't know Neil well. Actually, the first time I ever talked to Neil, I think I called him one night because I was in another band at the time called I Empire for a little while, and we was playing at Amos's, but I looked on Amos's schedule and it had Still Standing playing or something. And I called Neil.
Call. I was like, "What do you mean we're not playing? Who are you? How'd you get my number?"
Yeah, we was with Seven Dust then and stuff, playing the show with Seven Dust, and I was like, "Neil, I was kind of giving him the heads up. I said, "You're not playing this show." After the I Empire thing fell apart, I was home. I wasn't doing nothing. I filled in for a few little bands here and there, studio stuff and everything. But I called actually Brandon and Neil both, or I messaged them or something, and then they said, yeah, they had some shows. So I went out and checked out the shows, and I talked to everybody, got along with everybody real well. And I think the next show, I think Brandon asked me if I'd be interested in playing, and I'm like,
I'll tell you what's funny though. I knew he was serious about playing with us because we was renting a 12,000 square foot old abandoned mill. That's where we was rehearsing at. And Jason come with his truck, and I mean he had that thing loaded. He had every piece of gear and guitars that he could own.
He was moving in.
Yeah. So
we're bringing this, and this is going here. We're building shows over there. We're bringing this couch over here.
okay.
Yeah, let's move on to these two.
Oh boy.
Mike, where did you come from?
Well,
How did they pick you up off the street? Like, hey, I'm a drummer.
pretty
I need
much.
a gig.
I mean, I was in a band for about 8 months with this guy actually, so I knew him through that. I left that band in October last year, and I was kind of just a free agent and just playing around and stuff. And A couple mutual friends put me in touch with him, and yeah, hit it off. And he was like, "Dude, let's play some music with me, man." I was like, "Of course."
All it took was a bucket of chicken wings. And
Yeah.
That too.
Chicken
Chicken wings.
Nobody's getting fired at this point,
No.
right? Not
No,
even after
this
this.
is
airs.
it. You know what
This
I
is
mean?
the home. This is
And
the.
so we were like, Mike, you know anybody that plays bass?
Well, we
Yeah,
definitely
bass
There was
player.
that. He was
We-
like, yeah, man.
I know
some
one that's
good
got
guy."
really pretty hair. Okay, so that's when Ethan joined the band.
Yes.
Happened to call Mike out of the blue, and I was like, "Hey, man, how are things?" And the tail end of our conversation, I just asked him, "So how's the band going?" And he said, "Well, we're still looking for a bass player." And I said, "Man, you guys are still looking?" So I was like, talked to Mike a little bit, and after a while, just talking to him, I kind of grew an interest in, the band itself. So I happened to get in touch with Jason. So I came up to the jam session or practice rehearsal, like a few days later. Yeah. So
2 days later.
yeah.
I was good, like the first song. I was like, oh, this guy right here.
I saw the hair, and they're like, "Yeah."
I saw the hair and the
It was
moves on
man,
stage.
The vocals and his just spot on in all the parts. I was like, this is perfect.
As it turns out,
The
Jason.
job, those two are so tight together as a rhythm section. It's ridiculous.
It was cool because when I left my old band, I got off the phone with him one night, and he was like, "Well, dude, this was way back before he even talked about joining or anything like that." And he was like, "Well, dude, good luck to you. I miss you, and I know that this will not be the last time we play together again." And then, like 2 months later,
Here we
here
are.
we are.
Here we are.
The funny thing was, me and Jason, we talked about how good Michael come in and just nailed it. We were kind of hesitant. We didn't think, Ethan was going to come in and be that spot on. So I think he kind of surprised both of us a little bit that it was, it worked out that good.
Yeah, I mean, after we went through the songs, and I showed Ethan if I saw something, heard something, like, okay, this is the part, and he was like, got it, and then I used the homework phrase again.
Yeah. So then homework.
So,
Do your homework.
do your homework. We
The
sent them.
first show we did was just, it was amazing. The feeling on stage, just the what's the word I'm looking for? The unity as a unit, as
camaraderie.
a band.
It was very good.
Have I
was
seen him
fantastic.
play with you guys yet?
No.
He played with us at the last Amos's show. It seems like we're lately just
No,
playing all the venues
yeah,
that shut down
yeah.
their last show.
Yeah.
But,
What are you doing with these
yeah, it's
venues?
crazy.
They play there and they
But
shut
it was fan. It was
Dude.
down. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
When I see your face, the life and the laughter light my day. Look in your eyes, a shimmering ocean drowns my pain. Questions and doubt I can't figure out inside. When I feel your breath, your head in my hand, the beat of your heart next to mine. If nothing lasts forever, why are the better days, the memories still haunting me? We had it all in a moment ago. Nothing could ever replace touching your skin. The worst day could be undone. Your hand in mine, forgive the lessons as they come. Promises made, a circle we gave for life. Now I feel alive for the very first time. Our spirits one intertwine. If nothing lasts forever, why are the better days, the memories still haunting me? We had it all in a moment. Nothing could ever replace the smile on your face. Now it's too late. I know I've made mistakes. Who knew this world could be so cruel? We'll never be the same. Endure all your pain just to see you smile. I need you. I need you. If nothing lasts forever, why are the better days, the memories still haunting me? We had it all in a moment, it's gone. Nothing could ever replace the smile on your face. When I see you smile,
And we're talking to Beyond the Fade, and so the band was together first. Beyond the Fade was together. It was your band. Then he joined.
Mm-hmm.
So now it turned into his lyrics to your music.
It's really collaborative.
Yeah.
Sometimes I write a complete song and bring it in. Sometimes he's got a complete idea that he brings in and I write over the top of it. Or Jason comes in with these ridiculous riffs or complete songs. I mean, it's very eagerly of us. You know what I mean?
Eagerly?
Yeah. you
Cool
know
word.
Is that a word?
Yeah. for
That's
real.
Neil Jackson.
I'm
That's-
taking
that's
that
the
you mean the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah. I do enjoy making up words. Well, anyway,
So that's
so it is.
That's
We all
called
bring our own to the
harmonies.
table and we write off of it. If it's a great idea, it's a great idea. It doesn't matter who brought it in.
There's a lot of stuff in these songs that really need to be addressed, right? You have some stuff that this album is about, like a lot of personal stuff.
A lot of personal journeys that are.
You want to share that with everybody, because you touch on it at the shows you do.
Yeah.
But I just like all our viewers and all our friends and fans of the show, and you guys want to know like some deep stuff. So
And the travel of this album is really a personal experience for me as far as lyrically. I've got things as far as my addiction. I've got a song about child molestation, unfortunately. But it's all real. It all touches on real life situations and things that are intertwined throughout our lives. So it's real, it's honest, and we completely put ourselves out there. And lyrically, I completely was very vulnerable.
because if you listen to the words, I mean, I'm getting chills right now with 12 Steps is my like all-time favorite song, because if you listen to that, you can live a life. You can see a life being lived through that song. I mean, I got chills just talking about it. When I tell people and I brag about you guys all the time, well, you got to check out these guys. They're a great band, and I start getting goosebumps because I can feel the pain in the music. And like, what's next for you guys? Tell me.
And I basically started my own label. So we're going to use that and go do everything later in the year. Hopefully later in the year we'll be overseas. I want to go to Europe. That's one of the main things I want to
Where I
do.
like to start at.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Break ourselves in.
Then maybe next year get
Try
on
to
the
teach.
festival, circuit next year.
You got to go see Beyond the Fade anytime they're coming up. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw the fire dance so hauntingly in her eyes that night. A cut so deep, her words echo still so far beyond this life. She said, welcome to the pain, broken and ashamed. Watch your dreams slip one by one. Welcome to the pain, your soul will never change. Burning as the flames rise to the sun. Looking back, I see, should have felt her tight, made her realize. Now these empty sheets are cold and stale without you in my life. Now I need you. Welcome to the pain, broken and ashamed. Watch your dreams slip one by one. Welcome to the pain, your soul will never change. Burning as the flames rise to the sun. Welcome to the pain, broken and ashamed. Watch your dreams slip one by one. Welcome to the pain, your soul will never change. Burning as the flames rise to the sun. To the sun. Burning as the flames rise to the sun.
This is how we decide everything.
Well, before we went on break, before the live performances, they couldn't decide what song to do. I'm glad you guys came up with the two songs you did because they were just amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
This is network television, Raleigh, North Carolina, as good as it gets. So anyway, I want to thank Beyond the Fade for being here
Well, thank you so much for having us.
off the cuff,
Gosh.
and I wish everybody go see this band. They're amazing. But you know, when I saw your band play, I'm like, wow, this is a good band. And then I got the EP, and then I remember hearing you on stage just touch on that, and it sunk right in, and it made the music more passionate. It made, like I said, I got chills just talking about it. And y'all don't believe me, but listen to the album and you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, none of you guys drink? None of you guys drink? Or is it just you don't drink?
Because I don't drink, nobody else does.
I don't drink
really,
either.
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I did my stuff in high school like everybody else does, but
luckily,
Right.
everybody respects the fact that I am an addict, and
There's no
I don't
control.
want any relapses, and they appreciate and respect
Well, you
that, so-
were, but you're not.
Well, I'm
You're
still
always
an
an
alcoholic.
addict.
I will always be, and it's always going to be a fight I have every day.
But you don't drink.
I don't.
But you're not an alcoholic.
I am an alcoholic.
You have to tell people. I guess that's
Covering.
what the 12 steps is all
It
about.
is. Yes.
12 steps. That's going to give you chills when you hear that song and think about Neil. He lived that shit.
Absolutely.
And give us some advice for all the people tuning in.
For anybody that hasn't already heard 12 Steps, 12 Steps is about my personal struggle with alcohol. I almost lost my family. A lot of potentially really terrible things could have happened. And luckily, I got a wake-up call, and I made a lot of changes in my life, and it said to the fact that I am, in fact, an alcoholic and an addict, and it's not something that you can get rid of. It is a disease. It is psychological, and I'll never be without it. It'll be every day. Will be a fight, and there's programs out there. There's meetings, 12-step programs for alcohol, for drugs, for obesity, for porn, for sex addictions, whatever it is. But there's meetings in your town, in your city. There's one every night of the week, very close to you. So if you or somebody that you know is dealing with it, because it's just as much, there's meetings for people that are dealing with people that are alcoholics or drug addicts. So it's a 12-step process to get yourself back where you need to be. And a lot of times you're going to slip and you're going to fail, but there's going to be people there to help pick you back up and keep you straight.
Now, they're playing at the Maywood tonight. We're not going to be able to see that on here, but we will add some footage, right? We're going to add some footage to that. Do I get on the guest list?
Sure.
What?
We'll spot you either way.
What?
I'm always
You're
on.
there. What are you talking about?
I'm always on some list.
Have
but
we already been? I don't know where we're at in this. Have we already been to the neighborhood?
You got to guys go to the Maywood tonight.
Yes.
So we're gonna say goodbye. I want to thank Beyond the Fade. I want to thank Steve Toback, who I never thank, my executive assistant.
Keep going. We're doing good. Add more to it.
Now,
no.
executive producer, without him, I would probably be famous. But well, I love you too. But thanks for watching. Off the Cuff. Until next time, rock on.
Again, we're Beyond the Fade for Charlotte, North Carolina. This is our third trip to Raleigh. It's our first time here at the Maywood. Thank you guys so much for sharing this night with us. This next song is called Bad. Have you ever just felt a little fucking dirty? Anybody? Ever just been super fucking sexually attracted to somebody? Nobody? Nobody in here? Ever? Wait a second. Anybody in here? The song's called Bad. It's about doing dirty things with good people. Let's have a little fun with this.
I see you walking
Sweet. So listen, we're just gonna have a lot of fun today. All right.
I'm ready.
You're having fun?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, all right, don't touch me. Stop touching me.
Oh, come on.